We finished this left flow, you could say. This is what we had so far. We understood what we can do in our personal cloud workspace. However, we just saw that sharing is possible in my workspace, but the collaborating part is entirely missing. And I told you that sharing is also not the perfect solution from my workspace. Well, we'll explore why this is the case in the next lectures. Let's now have a look at a better approach when it comes to collaborating and sharing projects. For this, we have to create a workspace as we just saw it. I refer to this create workspace option as other workspaces here in the course. And these other workspaces are company-wide collaboration workspaces. So these workspaces are workspaces you create for specific projects, for example, and then you collaborate with other people on the project, and then you later on take care of the sharing. So this means inside this workspace, you can have multiple data sets and reports. And in the end, this is the package you have, and you will collaborate on different data sets and different reports inside this workspace now. So this is the core thing you have to understand. You have my workspace for the single user in the end. You have the other workspaces for the company-wide collaboration workspaces for different projects. Therefore, let's now create such an other workspace and let's see how the collaboration works. So how can we invite other users to this workspace? So I'm back in my main account, this darker one here, and I want to create a new workspace now. So we are here in the workspace menu, and there we select create a workspace. And now we see we are creating an upgraded workspace. So this course is fully up to date. Therefore, we'll of course use this latest version of the workspace. And first we have to give this workspace a name. You could provide an image too, but that's not part of the course focus here. So you can tailor, of course, the appearance of your workspace according to your preferences. The image would then appear to the left here when you select the workspace. However, this will be our course collab workspace, as I would call it here. So the collaboration workspace, or maybe we call it collaboration to be a bit more explicit here. You see if the name is available, if it's not already taken within your organization. You can again add a description here. We don't need to dive into the advanced settings. The defaults are totally fine for our purposes. So let's save this workspace now. And now you see something interesting. If you go to this workspaces menu now, you see your workspace is always on top. And then you have this newly created workspace. And next to this workspace, you can find these three dots, allowing you to change the workspace settings right here, so what we just had. Or if you go again to this menu, click right here, you also have the workspace access menu. And this now allows you to specify which other people can access this workspace and therefore see your project and, well, collaborate on these projects. I will again use my dummy user I created for the purpose of this course. Then you can specify the role of this user, so member, contributor, viewer, or admin. Attached to this video, you'll find a link to a site which further shows you in a quick overview the different, well, rights a specific role has right here. We can choose the member as the default one. That's totally fine. So we can press add right here. With that, our Power BI course account is a member, and we can now close this. And now this means if we go back to our other account that I created, here we are, and let's now reload this page again. You see, we have nothing shared right here, but if we go to workspaces, we can now find this collaboration workspace. So that's an important difference, right? In the last lecture, we shared information from our workspace with another user, which was, well, displayed right here in this shared with me part. But now with the newly created workspace, we invited that user, and with that, he can now access this workspace like this and now basically see exactly the same things that we just saw, that we don't have any content in this workspace. With that, let's go back to our main account once again. Here we are, so again, the Starker one. At the moment, we don't have any data inside our workspace, so let's change this by going to add content here. This is our good old menu, so we go to Files again, select the local file, and now choose our Power BI Pro starting project here. So let's press Open. This again takes a few seconds until the data is imported. So here we are. So we have a report, a dataset, and a dashboard. And always be careful, we are in the course collaboration workspace, also selected right here. So let's expand this menu now. And as you can see, we have a dashboard, a report, and a dataset. So let's check what the dashboard looks like. And here we see a little error in Power BI Pro because now our workspace suddenly changed. So make sure to go back here and select the course collaboration workspace and to now select the dashboard. Now this is correctly working. I just want to show you such little bugs, which sometimes happen. It is what it is. So be careful to always check in which workspace you are currently working. So we can see that our dashboard is just a default one in the end. It's just the empty tile, you could say. So there is no real visual in here. In the report, this looks different. We have our entire report in here, so this is all right. And in the data set, we know our good old menu. This is what it is. If we now go again to the other account, we can see that our data set is ready here too. So let's close this menu here and let's now expand the data. And as you can see, we also have access to the data sets, the report and the dashboard. And if I click onto the dashboard, yeah, we have the same problem. It switches to the default workspace, to my workspace. So let's press OK now. And let's switch back to the course collaboration workspace. Yeah, we see we also have our data here. So if we expand that menu, you see we also have our data sets, the report and the dashboard. And if we select the dashboard, yeah, we have this empty tile. In the report, we have the underlying report and the underlying data set. So this is how collaboration works in Power BI Pro with such workspaces. And as you can imagine, if you would go to the data set now and create a new visual, let's take this one just to give you a very, very quick example right here. And let's again take the, I don't know, the male population maybe this time as the value. And we want to have it for different regions once again in the legend like this. So if you would save this workbook now with the file save report option, I would call this collab demo, right, to show you that this is working. So let's press save here. Then you see that we have this new report. And if we would now switch back to our main account, in here, you can also see this collab demo. So you can really collaborate on these projects. And if you say, I'm not happy with this chart right here, you can go here, press edit, and then you can select the visual and change it to this pie chart here, for example, and say, yes, this is what I want to have. So let's please save this report. If we now switch back once again, refresh our data, you see we now have this pie chart here too. So this is how collaboration would work in Power BI Pro. But the second part of this whole workspace thing is actually also the sharing. And for the sharing, we could, of course, use options we saw before. For example, in Collab Demo, we could say we go to these three dots and then embed it. This is what I not recommend. By the way, what we could also do is we could quickly edit this. Just a quick side note here. Select this visual and pin it in a new dashboard that I would like to call Collab Demo dashboard, right? So just to have the complete flow in here. Sorry for this interruption. So as I said, this is one way to share the data, and we know this way already. And what we can, of course, also do is we could go to the collaboration workspace right here. And then we could go to this dashboard and click share. So we have all these same options that you saw in my workspace. And I won't repeat this here as the logic is exactly the same. However, Power BI Pro actually comes with a better approach when it comes to the differentiation between collaboration in these workspaces and sharing data. This is what we will tackle next.